Hello viewers, my name is Dr. Ajay, Associate Professor, Department of ECE, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering College, Hyderabad. Today we are going to discuss about the outcome-based education. So what is OBE? Let us discuss and let us start our session today, the session on outcome-based education. So in short form, outcome-based education is represented as OBE. So OBE stands for outcome-based education. OBE, it is a student-centric teaching and learning methodology in which the course delivery assessment are planned to achieve the stated objectives and outcomes. It focuses on student performance, that is, outcomes at different levels. It focuses on student performance, that is, outcomes at different levels. So in any class, we are having the students of different students, the level of percentage, the level of efficiency, the level of performance of students out of 60 class will be different. So we need to take 20 students or 20 students or 10 students as a sample to find out the outcome at different levels. So we need to find out the outcome of a 10 student sample out of 60 students at different levels. So we are going to discuss about the outcome based education. We are going to apply this OBE for judging the performance of the students. So these are the basic differences between the education system and the outcome-based education. So in the olden days, that is around in the year 1970s and 80s, we are dealing with the grades or rank-based assessment. So the student's performance is based upon, for every 3 months, they will be conducting a unit test or a slip test or some half-yearly exams or preliminary exams are being conducted. And some grades are awarded based upon the marks. So this is the traditional education system. And in traditional education, grades are derived from points on activities or assignments and exams. So some assignments and exams are conducted, some tasks are given to the students, and some grades are awarded based upon the tasks they have performed. So the judgment methods are shaped from the previous results. So the performance of the student is based upon the previous examination result. So in the traditional education, the summative assessment is carried over, and no assessment or feedback improve loop is there in the traditional education system. So only in the olden days, directly a teacher comes and teaches the whatever the lessons according to the syllabus, and no feedback is taken either from the students, and no feedback is taken from the teaching faculty or the teacher. So regarding the assessment of the student or assessment of the syllabus. Now let us see what an outcome-based education. So desired outcome based on assessment. So desired outcome based on assessment. The second one is the completion of education implies the learner has achieved set goals. So after completing any BTech, BSc or any degree, so what a student has been achieved. So initially, whenever a person is going to join for any award of degree, so in this outcome-based education, we are going to set a n number of goals. So after completion of the education, so how many goals he have learned or how many goals or tasks he have completed successfully, we are going through the outcome-based education. Judgment methods are shaped from continuous evaluation. So the judgment methods are shaped from continuous evaluation. So here there are, in our BTech degree course, there are totally 8 semesters. In every semester, the evaluation, there is a continuous evaluation on the learner or the student who has joined the professional college or a non-technical college. So both formative and summative assessments are done. The presence of assess feedback improve loop. So the feedback loop is not there in the traditional education, but there is a feedback loop in the education, in the present education outcome-based education system. So based upon the performance of the student or based upon the feedback given by the student, some assessment methodologies or the teaching methodologies are changed accordingly to the frequency of the student. So these are the things that are newly designed in the outcome-based education system. So Washington Accord is an international accreditation agreement for undergraduate professional engineering academic between The body is responsible for accreditation in its signatory countries and regions. The purpose is to mutually recognize and accept the qualifications accredited by signatories. So there is a board which is known as the National Board of Accreditation gives accreditation for higher education institutions in India. The higher education institutions are classified in two categories by NBA, the National Board of Accreditation. NBA stands for National Board of Accreditation, which is under the control of the central government. The higher education institutions are classified into two categories as a Tier 1 and Tier 2 institutions. So institutions consist of all IITs, NITs, central universities, state universities and autonomous institutions. And Tier 1 institutions can also claim the benefits of as per the Washington Accord. Tier 2 institutions consist of affiliated colleges of the universities. So the state university colleges come under all the universities, all those institutions come under Tier 2. And all the central government related institutions or the universities or IITs and NITs, autonomous institutions come under Tier 1. Institutions adopting OBE try to bring changes to the curriculum by dynamically adapting to the requirements of the different stakeholders like students, parents, industry personnel, and recruiters. So institutions adopting OBE try to bring changes to the curriculum by dynamically adapting to the requirements of the different stakeholders like students, parents, industry personnel, and recruiters. OBE is all about feedback and outcomes. OBE is all about feedback and outcomes. Taking the feedback from the students, and accordingly we need to change the curriculum of the syllabus. Accordingly, we need to change the teaching methodologies for the expected goals. The four level of outcomes from OBE are program education objectives (PEOs), program outcomes (POs), program specific outcomes (PSOs), and course outcomes. So course outcomes are COs. So these are the four levels of outcomes from outcome based education. So these are PEOs, program educational objectives, POs, program outcomes, PSOs, program specific outcomes, and course outcomes, COs. So what is the need for OBE? So why we are going for OBE? International recognition and global employment opportunities will be increased. So more employable and innovative graduates with professional and soft skills, social responsibility and ethics. So we'll get international recognition and global employment opportunities. So if we are we are going to implement the OBE system in any education institution or university. Any learner or students get international recognition, and they can work. They build a confidence so that they will get multiple number of opportunities in the worldwide. So more employable, innovative graduates with professional and soft skills, social responsibilities and ethics. So better visibility and reputation of the technical institution among stakeholders. So the institution which follows the OBE, outcome-based education system, they have a special recognition from the different stakeholders or from the different multiple multinational companies or the stakeholders. We call it as stakeholders, that is MNCs. So MNCs have a high priority for the institutions who follow the OBE education system. Improving the commitment and involvement of all the stakeholders. Enabling graduates to excel in their profession and accomplish greater heights in their careers. Preparing graduates for the leadership positions and challenging them and making them aware of the opportunities in the technology development. So when we implement outcome-based education, so all these points are added advantage for learners or the students of the institution or for the development of any institution. Teaching will become a far more creative and innovative career. Faculty members will no longer feel the pressure of having to be the source of all knowledge. Faculty members shape the thinking and vision of the students towards a course. So faculty members shape the thinking and vision of the students towards a course. So what is actually a course? Let us see the differences between what actually a course outcome, PEOs and POs. So let us see some key terms in the OBE. Course means it is a theory or practical subject or studied in a semester. Example, engineering physics. So course means any subject, that is any subject like engineering physics. It is a theory, practical or theory subject like antennas, waves and propagation, or electronic devices and circuits. When we select an EC branch or EC department, so there are many subjects. These are all known as courses. Course outcome. A course outcome is a formal statement of what students are expected to learn in a course. So, what students are expected to learn in a course. When creating course objectives, course outcomes, remember that the outcomes should clearly state what students will do or produce to determine or demonstrate their learning. So, course learning outcome statements refers to specific knowledge, practical skills, areas of professional development, attitude, higher order thinking skills. What is the basic definition of a program? So, it is defined as a specialization or discipline of a degree. So, program, it is just like a specialization or discipline of a degree. So, B Tech is it's a program. MBA is a program. And similarly, BSc or MSc or MTech, so these are known as programs. It is an interconnected arrangement of courses, co-curricular and extracurricular activities to accomplish predetermined objectives leading to the awarding of a degree BTech. Example BTech. What is the program outcome? So a program learning outcome is broad in scope and be able to do at the end of the program. So POs are to be, the program outcomes are to be aligned with the graduate attributes as specified in the Washington Accord. So POs are to be specific, measurable and achievable. The National Board of Accreditation has defined 12 POs, program outcomes, and you need not define those POs by us, and it is common for all the institutions in India. So whatever the institution across the India, 12 POs has been defined by the National Board of Accreditation, and these 12 POs are standard and fees should be followed by all the institutions. The OBE, whichever the institution is going to follow the OBE education system. So there are 12 POs, program outcomes. The first one is engineering knowledge. So engineering knowledge, apply knowledge of mathematics, science, engineering, fundamentals and an engineering specialization to the solution of complex engineering problems. And PO2, so the problem analysis, identify, formulate, research literature and analyze complex engineering problems, reaching substantiated conclusions using the principles of engineering mathematics, natural sciences, and engineering sciences. Next, PO3. So PO3 is related to the design and development of the solutions. So that is the design solutions for complex engineering problems and design system components or processes that meet the specific needs with appropriate consideration for public health and safety, societal and environmental considerations. What is PO4? So the program outcome 4 is related to conductive investigations of complex problems. Use research-based knowledge and research methods including design of experiments, analysis and interpretation of data synthesis of information to provide valid conclusions. Next, PO5, modern tool usage. So create, select and apply appropriate techniques, resources and modern engineering IIT tools including prediction and modeling to complex engineering activities with an understanding of the limitations. PO5 is related to the engineer and the society. So apply reasoning informed by contextual knowledge to assess societal, health, legal and cultural issues and the consequent responsibilities relevant to professional engineering practice. PO7 is related to the environment and sustainability. Understand the impact of professional engineering solutions in societal and environmental context and demonstrate a knowledge of a need of our sustainable development. PO8 is related to ethics. Apply ethical principles and commit to professional ethics and responsibilities and norms of engineering practice. PO9 is related to individual and teamwork. Function effectively as an individual and as a member or leader in diverse terms and in multidisciplinary settings. PO10 is related to the communication. To communicate effectively on complex engineering activities with the engineering community and with the society at large, such as being able to comprehend and write effective reports and design documentation, make effective presentations, and give and receive clear instructions. The PO11 is related to the project management and finance. Demonstrate knowledge and understanding of engineering and management principles and apply these to one's work as a member and leader in a team to manage projects and in multidisciplinary environments. PO12 is a lifelong learning. Recognize the need for and have the preparation and ability to engage in independent and lifelong learning in the broadcast context of technological change. So these are the POs defined, 12 POs defined by the NBA which has to be followed by all the institutions of India. And the program educational objective, which is PEO. So program educational objectives should be defined by the head of the department in consultation with the faculty members. PEOs are a promise by the department to the aspiring students about what they will achieve once they join the program. PEOs are about professional and career accomplishment after 4 to 5 years of graduation. PEOs can be written from different perspectives like career, technical, competency, and behavior. 3 to 5 PEOs are recommended. 3 to 5 PEOs are recommended. Program-specific outcomes are statements that describe what the graduates of a specific engineering program should be able to do. PSOs written for the Department of Computer Science and Engineering is given below. So here PSO 1, understand and design, analyze computer programs in the areas related to algorithms, system software, web design, big data, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and networking. So PSOs are the program-specific outcomes. PSO 2 is a focus on improving software reliability, network security, or information retrieval systems. PSO 3 make use of modern computer tools for creating innovative career paths to be an entrepreneur or desire for higher studies. Next one is course outcomes. So course outcome is a formal statement of what students are expected to learn in a course. So when creating course outcomes, remember that the outcome should clearly state what students will do or produce to determine and demonstrate their learning. Course learning outcome statements refer to specific knowledge, practical skills, areas of professional development, attitudes, higher order thinking skills that faculty members expect students to develop, learn, or master during the course. So when creating course outcomes, consider the following guidelines as you develop them either individually or as part of a multi-section group. Limit the course outcomes to 8 to 12 statements for the entire course. Focus on overarching knowledge and our skills rather than small or trivial details. So how to develop a course outcome? We need to focus on knowledge and skills that are central to the course topic and our discipline. Incorporate, reflect the institution and departmental missions. Focus on the learning that results of course rather than describing activities or lessons that are in the course. So when developing the course learning outcomes, here are some core questions to ask yourself. So what do we want students in the course to learn? What do we want the students to be able to do? Are the outcomes observable, measurable, and are they able to be performed by the students? So course outcome statements on the course level describe what faculty members want students to know at the end of the course and what faculty members want students to be able to do at the end of the course. Course outcomes have 3 major characteristics. They specify an action by the students or learners that is observable. They specify an action by the students or learners that is measurable. They specify an action that is done by the students or learners rather than the faculty members. Vision and mission. So institute-specific mission and mission are different with respect to the department and the institute. So the institute-specific must be the vision to bring forth professionally competent and socially sensitive engineers capable of working across cultures, meeting the global standards ethically. So this is the vision of our institution, that is IARE. And mission is to provide the students with an extensive and exceptional education that prepares them to excel their profession, guided by dynamic intellectual community, and be able to face the technically complex world with creative leadership qualities. So here there is a OBE framework. The outcomes are combined with the course, the program, and the institution, vision and mission. So course means it is related to the course outcomes, Bloom's taxonomy. The program is related to PEOs, POs, and PSOs. And institution will be having vision and mission. So all these comes under the outcomes are combined. And the framework is designed by the combination of these two outcomes and assessment evaluation. So the assessment evaluation is done based upon the course assessment, course outcome attainment. That is the program assessment, program outcome attainment, and the institutional assessment. So here the outcomes and the assessment evaluation. So these are the based upon the assessment evaluation, the improvements are necessary improvements are taken and changed, which finally we get the outcome. So the outcome can be improved, the outcome can be changed or increased, decreased or increased based upon the assessment evaluation. The assessment evaluation depends on 3 parameters. One is the institutional assessment, program assessment, and course assessment. And course planning and delivery. So for the necessary improvement after the assessment evaluation, if any students or the any program or any course, the percentage is very less. The percentage of the course taken is very less. Then we need to modify some changes, necessary changes, evaluation methods and learning activities in assessment tasks, and hence the required outcome can be achieved. So there is a COPO, so we need to, course outcomes need to link to the program outcomes. So students should be able to behavior plus resulting evidence. So this is known as the course outcome, which is related to the program outcome. So sample, upon completion of this course, the students will be able to knowledge, concept, rule or skill them to acquire by how will they apply the knowledge or skill and how will they assess the learning. So for following the outcome-based education, the Bloom's taxonomy is considered as a global language for education. So it is a tool to help faculty to assess the level students are experiencing in that course. It is frequently used by teachers in writing the course outcomes as it provides a ready-made structure and list of action verbs. So there are two levels of Bloom's taxonomy, lower levels and higher levels. In the lower levels, there are three words to be used by the teacher. There is remember, understand, apply. In the higher levels, we use analyze, evaluate, and create. So remember means recognizing and recalling the facts. Understand, understanding what the facts mean. Apply, applying the facts, rules, and concepts and ideas. In higher levels, we use three words, that is analyze, evaluate, and create. Analyze, breaking down information into component parts. Evaluate, judging the value of information or ideas. And create, combine parts to make a new whole. So these are the Bloom's taxonomy words which we use frequently for the Bloom's levels. So there are 6 levels. One is remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. And all these are known as the verbs or action verbs at each level. Remember level, apply, analyze, and evaluate and create. So Bloom's level for this is the technical and non-technical. In technical, we are using the 5 POs here. So apply, identify, formulate, review, design, develop. So the Bloom's level for POs is L3, L2, L6. L stands for level. So Bloom's level for COs is Bloom's L1 to L4 for theory courses. Bloom's taxonomy is level 1 to level 5 for laboratory courses. And level 1 to level 6 for mini project and major project. So this is thumb rule. L1 verb of a CO correlates to PO6 to PO12. Then we need to assign as 1. And Bloom's level L2 to L3 verb of a core CO relates to PO6 to PO12. Then assign value as 2. And Bloom's level 4 to level 6 of the CO correlates to PO6 to PO12, then assign 3. And for non-technical, the POs to be used are PO6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. For technical, we are going to use the PO1, PO2, PO3, and PO4 and PO5. The process for mapping the values of CO and PO. And at the end, the POs can be calculated using various descriptors that you may define. So the mapping of CO towards a PO is evaluated using descriptors such as high, medium, and low. So these descriptors are defined by the subject experts or by the department and the HOD. So observation: the first 5 POs are purely of technical nature, so while the other POs are non-technical. For theory courses, while writing the COs, you need to restrict yourself between Bloom level 1 to level 4. If it is a programming course, restrict yourself between Bloom's level 1 to 3, but for the other courses, you can go up to the Blossom level, Bloom's level 4 also. For the laboratory courses, while composing COs, you need to restrict yourself between Bloom's level 1 to level 5. Only for mini project and main project, you may extend up to Bloom's level 6 while composing COs. For a given course, the course in charges has to involve all the other professors who teach that course and ask them to come up with the CO-PO mapping. The course in charge has to take the average value of all the CO-PO mapping. The course ensures that none of the professors who are handling the particular course discuss with each other while marking the CO-PO values. If you want to match your COs with the non-technical POs, then correlate the action verbs using the course COs with the thumb rule given in the table and map the values. So the method for articulation is, the first one is to identify the key competencies and justify each CO and PO mapping with justification statement, and make a table with the number of key competencies for CO, PO, PSO mapping with reference to the maximum key attribute for assessing. for assessment of a program outcomes. So make a table with the percentage of key competences. Finally, the course attribution matrix is prepared with the COs and POs by scaling of 0 to 3. So if if the value of C is less than 0 to 5%, there is no correlation. One is marked if the course attribution matrix is less than 5 to 40% as 1, 40 to 60% as 2, and 60 to 100% as 3. So let us take an example for the course antennas, waves and propagation. So PO1, PO2, PO3 and PO4, the strength is denoted as 3 and 2 and 2, and PSO3 and PSO3 is used for the antennas and waves and propagation. The strength is given as 2 here. So this is the mapping of each CO with the PO here. So I have defined based upon the COs defined. We need to prepare a CO table. This is known as a mapping of each CO with PO. And the course outcomes is given as a justification for the number of key competencies. So whatever the key competencies we are using in the Bloom's taxonomy level, so we need to write number 2, 6 and 2 here, key competencies with respect to the PO. So my CO1 is mapped with PO1, PO2 and PSO3. So the number of key competencies used for PSO1 is, it is 2, it is 6 and 2 here. So like this we are going to prepare the key competencies CO mapping here. And we need to do the percentage. These are the predefined values. That is the key competencies for the course here. So this is about the course allocation matrix and the OBE. Let us close the session today. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.